Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to some more PGA Tour 2K23 gameplay here on the channel. Today we are going to be checking out the exceptional work of Chris Z. This is his latest course. It is for the TGC Tours Major Design Contest and it is the Olympus Club. It is a championship course set in the San Francisco Bay Area. This guy has an outstanding course portfolio, so let's go and check this one out. So it is a par 70. Fairways and greens are firm, the green speeds are fast, the weather is overcast and the time of day is morning. The course has one available tee option playing 7,182 yards, and as always we will be playing on pin set number 1. So here we are on the opening hole, and what a fantastic looking tee shot this is. We can clearly see the San Francisco Bay Area off there in the distance, home to the elusive Zodiac Killer. So this is tight fairways, very undulating as well. That fairway is clearly going to kick from left to right, so let's try and shape this down the left hand side of the fairway using that wind. It's a lovely opening tee shot, and that is going to leave me a tough and lengthy second shot into this par 5. I'm going to have a horrible lie at my feet as well. 261 yards in, down 25 feet. It's a tight green, defended by these bunkers, so I am going to fully loft up 3-wood. Ball is clearly going to shoot right at my feet. So let's see if we can find the fairway just short of the green and hopefully get a favourable kick. It's a lovely swing, but it looks like we are going to find this greenside bunker. That was really unlucky. I've got no idea if I would have held the green there if we carried it that extra couple of yards. But this is a pretty straightforward splash shot. I'm just going to try and play for this slope at the top of the green. And hopefully that does run me down towards the pin. Oh, you are joking, it stopped there early. Another yard and that ball would have made its way down towards the flagstick. But let's try and putt this one for birdie. We are just on the fringe here. There's not too much break in it. It is downhill. Breaking both ways here. Just going to favour the left-hand side of the cup. Play it dead weight. It's a nice putt line. Surely that turns into the hole. It does. And we do pick up an opening birdie. Hole number 2, par 4, short par 4, playing 362 yards. Yet again, tight green, well defended by these bunkers, but we are going to try and draw this against the wind and find the centre of the fairway. So the first 2 holes, the main challenge in my opinion, have been the tee shots, and I have found this greenside bunker. It's bucket and spade time yet again. Let's try and pitch this one. I don't have a lot of green to work with. I'm going to try and land this as close to the pin as possible, and hopefully it does sit down. Oh, it's a slope. That's came up way short, and I've went from beach to beach. And this is not an ideal start to the round here. I have found 3 bunkers in 2 holes. That is a decent recovery splash shot. This time we use the slope to perfection. If it stops, and hopefully I can convert this par putt. Green speeds are 172, so they are playing fairly slick. Right to left putt. We've done well to scramble the par there after finding 2 bunkers in that hole. 3 bunkers in total so far. Hole number 3 is a par 3. Certainly don't want to be on the left-hand side of this pin. Another bunker in play down the right-hand side. I am going to try and fade this against the wind with my 6-iron. That's a really nice strike. Come on. Has it got the legs to get there? That's just going to find that slope, sadly. And that is going to leave me a tricky uphill putt. 34 feet out, 1 foot up, turning left to right here. To be fair, there's not a lot of movement in it. Have I got the weight? It's on a decent line. Underhit it. That looks centre cup as well, but sadly I did underhit it, and it is going to be back-to-back pars after a birdie start, and I do remain at 1 under. Hole number 4, you've guessed it, tight fairways here. I've got a 13 mile per hour wind that should move me over to the right hand side. So shaping the ball again, I really feel you are going to have to shape a lot of tee shots and approach shots on this golf course if you want to be successful. Finding the fairway is just an achievement at the moment, but that has left me a nice yardage here. With that 14 mile per hour wind, I am going to apply a lot of backspin. Ball is going to shoot left at my feet due to the lie. This is tracking well. Is it going to kick out? That's a really good approach shot. Happy with that. Probably going to be about a 10-foot putt, 11 foot. Not much in it. Just going right edge off the cup here, playing it dead weight. And we do pick up our second birdie of the round and move to 2 under. Hole number 5. This is a long par 4, elevated tee box. 12 mile per hour crosswind here. It's a tiny fast, but I did apply fade. And that should comfortably find the left-hand side of the fairway. Still a lot of work to do here, and look how tight this green is. That is a very narrow green. Not a lot of room to work with at all here. And this wind is really making life difficult. I've got a horrible lie at my feet as well. But let's try and surf the wind and land this ball at the back part of the green. It should kick hard right here. What a golf shot that is if it holds the green. That is so unlucky. I mean, a lot of people looking at that approach shot there will probably think that's impossible. It just shows you can get close. I'm going to try and putt this one again. I think chipping it is very dangerous with the lay of the land on the green. So a lot of movement. This is just a lag putt. I'm just playing safe here. We've trickled that down there. And hopefully I can escape with the par. But I've got a feeling par is going to be a really good score on some of these holes. But what a test this has proven so far. Hole number 6, downhill par 3, playing 130. That is a tough pin location. Let's try and surf the wind here. Just going to apply a tiny bit of backspin to this gap wedge. And that is a lovely strike. The wind is not taking that as much as I expected, but we are going to be pin high. I really expected that wind to take me a little bit more than what it did.
That's a safe shot. Okay, 26-footer from
and this putt is breaking both ways, mainly breaking from left to right. I've got the weight this time. Have we got the read? It's going to miss on the right hand side. I actually didn't have the weight. It's another putt I have left short, which is surprising with the 172 greens. But it is a solid start. We are 2 under. We move on to hole number 7. And this is a dogleg fairway. That wind is actually ideal for this tee shot. It is going to hold me up and also bring me over to the left hand side. And that should open up this green for me. Good tee shot. It's another tough pin, tucked right in to the right hand side of this green. Horrible slope at my feet. Let's go 8 iron. Playing the wind in the slope. It's a tiny fast, and look how far left that ball has shot with a slope in the fast. Yardage was really good. And this is another lengthy putt uphill, turning from left to right. This is on a really good line. Surely it drops. Oh my goodness, it's a lip out. So unlucky there. That was a really good read and execution. And on another day, we could be 3 under. Hole number 8, short par 4, but look how narrow this fairway is. Probably the smart play is laying up, but as you all do know, I don't do smart play. I'm convinced I can draw this against the wind and find this bottleneck fairway. It's a really nice strike. And this should sit down and kick left. It's done exactly that. What a golf shot that is. And that has left me a 41-yard approach shot, which I am going to flop. Just want to land this as close to the flagstick as possible. There is a fast, but it should kick and hopefully sit down. And that is going to leave me a pin high putt from about 6 feet out. It is 8 feet. It's a very straightforward putt. And it is my third birdie of the round after a really good tee shot. And we move on to the final hole of the front nine. But wow, it's another fantastic course from Chrissy. I think the very first course I played of his was the Predator on PGA Tour 2K21, I do believe. It might have been the Golf Club 2019. It feels like such a long time ago, but if anyone does know, please let me know in the comment section. But look at this slope and uphill elevation defending this flagstick. Don't want to be on the left-hand side. So I am going to allow this wind to surf me over to the right. It's a tiny fast, but I have pushed my swing line to the right. Yardage should be decent. And that is a really good approach shot. It's going to leave me an uphill putt. Swinging from right to left. Would love to convert this for the birdie. It's got a chance. It's a great putt. And that is a solid front nine, 4 under. And we move on to the back nine of the Olympus Club. Oh, this is enticing. I'm going to take it on. Huge shape required here. It's a laser beam perfect. That fade is kicking in beautifully. If we can get a nice kick up onto the dance floor here, anything could happen. Oh, it kicks left. Really unlucky with a kick there. But this should be a pretty straightforward up and down. Let's try and chip it in. Or at the very least, it should be setting up my 5th birdie of the round. Delicate touch required here though. Go on, get in, get in. Oh, almost chipped that in for the eagle. It is going to be a tap-in birdie, which I do convert, and we move to 5 under par. But I'm going to put my neck on the line here. Still plenty of golf to be played, but I think this is one of the first golf courses I have played where the main challenge of the course is tee box to fairway. Really, really refreshing. Most designers make the greens tough or your approach shots tough. It's very rare you find a golf course where the main challenge is tee box to fairway. But I'm hitting the majority of these fairways after the first 2 holes, and long may that continue. Let's flop this one. Nasty slope on the left-hand side. If we do miss our landing zone, we will find ourselves off the green, but that is a lovely execution. We zip it back. Didn't expect that amount of backspin. Just caught that slope, but it is going to be an uphill putt, turning from left to right. You really have to get dialed into these flag sticks, but that is easier said than done. I don't think I've hit that firm enough, you know. Oh, we have. What a read that is. Back-to-back birdies. 4 consecutive birdies, actually. Gets me to 6 under par. And this is a lengthy par 5. We do have wind advantage. Fairway is going to kick from left to right. Let's shape this down the left-hand side. Tiny slope, but this should be a favourable kick. And hopefully we can chase this down the fairway. It's another green well defended by elevation and bunkers. Look at that slope. Let's take the risk with a fully lofted driver here. Just try to carry that bunker on the left-hand side. Ball is going to shoot right with the slope at my feet. It's decent. We are going to find the sand again. We're actually not. That kick ensured we missed the bunker altogether. I do have a backstop here if I am long, but let's try and chip this one up towards the pin and hopefully walk away with another birdie. That should release out. It's left me an uphill putt. I would have liked that a lot tighter to the flagstick. The only movement here is at my feet. It is an uphill putt. It should turn. It's not going to turn. The ball did break at my feet, but nowhere near as much as I expected. And that is a frustrating par. I have been parring far too many par 5s recently, despite playing them well. And we move on to the 13th. It's 6 under par. But this is like a completely new style of golf course from Chris Z. Like I mentioned at the start, the Predator golf course was pure fantasy. This course seems like it could be a real course out in the middle of San Francisco. But it is great to see how much this designer has evolved and changed the style of course he does design. I expected a firmer kick there. Thankfully, it does stay on the slope, and that is going to be another uphill putt. This is going to turn quite significantly from left to right. Oh, it's another putt we've just misread there. The pleasing thing is I am giving myself birdie opportunities. This really is a challenging golf course, guys. You are going to have to bring your A game if you want to conquer this. This is a tough downhill par 3. That wind is certainly not helping. You would rather the wind in your face here. I'm going to try a links golf shot here. Just going to apply a good bit of deal off to this 4-iron. Hopefully land it short and kick it on. Couldn't have struck it any better. And surely this kicks right. Come on. I didn't kick right at all. It kicked straight. I fully anticipated that ball to kick right there. And this is not a straightforward up and down. We've probably got about 10 feet to work with here. Got to land this exactly where I want to. And I'm hoping this chip shot does sit down after about 2-3 feet. It's done exactly that. Ooh, I thought for 1 second that ball was going to run off. It's going to be a little left to right or for the par. And this time, we do make a good putt. Still hanging in at 6 under here. It's been par golf for the last few holes. But like I said earlier, par on some of these holes really is good. Got to play pretty conservatively in some of these holes. So it's another tee shot that requires shape. So huge fade. Hopefully it does kick in. And that is another stunning view we are being treated to here. I'm really enjoying the look and feel of this golf course. Some of the views really are exquisite. So playing the slope and the wind here with a little bit of shape. That needs to go. That needs to go. Another 2 yards and I think we would have kicked all the way up towards that pin. This is a double breaker. I just want to get this one close. These are the kind of putts I make. Pardon me, very rarely. We've got it up the slope now. It's coming down. Is it going to turn back? Good effort. Really good effort. Still a little bit of work to do here from 6 feet though. Played that firm. Good read. It's another solid par. Not even getting close to birdies at the moment. And this is another challenging tee shot. Let's try and draw this against the wind and find the left center off the fairway. Fairway is going to kick to the right. It's a tiny slope. This may kick into the heavy rough, you know. It has done. Not the worst of lies. But I think that's the first fairway we've missed in a while. It will be interesting to see my fairway and regulation stats at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But it's another tough approach shot. That's came up way short. That's came up way short. I was actually going for the front of the green there, so this is now tricky. Look at the runoff in this green as well. I think I'm in a little bit of bother here. The green sculpting is very good, but at the same time, extremely challenging. That needs to sit. That's gone. That's gone. That was a poor flop shot. I thought I actually executed it well, just over hit it. And there's the damage. And we're probably going to be looking at my first bogey of the round here, unless I can drain this 48-foot par uphill, turning from right to left. It's on a good line, but I don't think I've gave it enough welly. I haven't. And that is my first bogey. That all stemmed from a poor tee shot, a poorer approach shot, and not the greatest of flop shots. And we move back down to 5 under. So I think that's me now level par. Or maybe no, still 1 under for the back 9. But this is a better wind for this hole. The wind should hold me up and also bring me to the right. That is a tiny slow. Yardage is going to be really good. Should sit down. Really needed a perfect or a tiny fast there. Slow was the worst swing tempo I could have hit. And this is a tough putt. Uphill, downhill, breaking from right to left. Lag putt required. It's a nice touch. Needs to slow down though. I'll take that. We do walk away with the par. And we move on to the final hole of this really fantastic golf course. It really is a challenging but very scenic course where you have to shape the ball if you want to get success. Players who can't or refuse to shape the ball will struggle around here, depending on the conditions. But this is a lengthy par 4 with this wind in my face. Bunkers in play yet again. Target golf required in some of these greens as well. It's a lovely strike. How's that ball shot hard right? I'm sure the slope was taking me to the left, but it's another greenside bunker I have found, and hopefully we can get this up and down for the par. Let's try and splash this one to the front of the green. It should release out. Oh, early. That's a terrible shot. And I've left myself in an even worse position here. This ball is buried in the rough in this uphill slope. I cannot chip this one. I won't have the elevation. I'm going to have to try and flop this one if I can't find a flop. But let's go full loft, full backspin. I am going to have to partial this, but this is just horrible. And if you don't play this hole well, you're just going to be punished like you're seeing here. This could be a double. We are going to finish with a double bogey. What a disappointing last few holes to the round. But what a fantastic golf course this is. Please make sure and get out there and play it if you haven't already done so. If you did enjoy today's video, please make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. And until the next video, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.
Well, on behalf of myself and the team here at HB Studios, thank you very much for the round. We'll see you next time.